A very good morning, students. The last session we discussed about preparation and properties of alkanes and alkenes along with the named reactions, different varieties of mechanism, free radical, electrophilic addition, allylic substitution, lot of varieties of reactions with their mechanism we discussed. Now we are going to start with the new topic, that is alkynes. So alkynes are unsaturated hydrocarbons containing triple bond. Unsaturated hydrocarbons containing triple bond. The general formula of alkynes is CnH2n minus 2, and the first member of alkyne we know very well known, that is CH, triple bond CH. The name of this one is ethine, and or another name we are going to call as acetylene. Pure acetylene, we are having another name for the pure acetylene. Pure acetylene having another name, that is narcaline. Generally, acetylene we are using in our general life is the welding purpose, that is called as oxyacetylene flame. Whenever you are burning the acetylene gas along with the oxygen, so it can liberate the large amount of the energy. So that flame we are name is called as oxyacetylene flame. This oxyacetylene flame we are using for the welding purpose, as well as hard material we have to cut by using this acetylene flame. The common name and IUPAC names of the most of these alkynes we have to ending with acetylene. See the few examples for the generally nomenclature. Nomenclature already we completed in the GOC, but CH, triple bond CH, name we are called as acetylene. Or C triple bond CH. Instead of one hydrogen we are writing one R. That simple name is called as alkyl acetylene. Alkyl acetylene. So for example I am writing CH3, C triple bond CH. The name is called as methyl acetylene. For suppose I am writing C2H5, the name is called as ethyl acetylene. Ethyl acetylene. Instead of two hydrogens, if we are writing the two R groups, or C triple bond C R dash, its name is called as dialkyl acetylene. Dialkyl acetylene. If the both are groups are same, we can say the name is called as dialkyl acetylene. If one group is, both the groups are different, we can follow the order. For example, this is CH3, C triple bond C, CH3. IUPAC name you are writing, but I am giving the names of the common names which are ending with acetylene. Its name is called as dimethyl acetylene. If the two groups are C2H5, so we can say that is diethyl acetylene. For suppose one is methyl group I am giving and another one is ethyl group I am giving, C2H5, then we can say name of this one we can follow. This is methyl and ethyl, alphabetical order we are following. The name is called as ethyl methyl acetylene. Ethyl methyl acetylene. Ethyl methyl acetylene. So nomenclature, we can practice the many reactions. The most important, the first compound is in this one is I am taking ethine. Ethine I am taking. So ethane H, C, triple bond C, H. Here the carbon is sp carbon. Each carbon is sp carbon. sp carbon means percentage of S is 50% and percentage of P is 50%. Here also percentage of S is 50 and percentage of P is 50. And it is having the 3 sigma and 3 pi bonds. The triple bond means, what is the meaning of triple bond? 2 sigma and 1 pi bond is present. 2 sigma and 1 pi bond is present in ethine. The most important discussion is I am taking alkane, alkane, alkene and alkyne. For suppose I am taking the example with minimum 2 carbons of each and every one. So this is ethane, this is ethene, CH2 double bond CH2, and this is ethine, CH triple bond CH. Here this is sp3 carbon and this is sp2 carbon and this is sp carbon. Here percentage of S character is 25% and here percentage of S character is 33.33 and here percentage of S character is 50. So we have to memorize as percentage of S character increases, percentage of S character increases, acidic nature increases, acidic nature increases. So most important discussion. So out of these three, which is more acidic hydrogen? Which of the following compound having the more acidic hydrogen means alkynes having more acidic hydrogen than alkene and alkane. So this is acidic nature order. See, always we are seeing the different nomenclatures, which type of isomerism we are seeing, cis and trans isomerism, especially triple bonds I am saying in the general organic chemistry you can see that is syn and anti-isomerism. Geometrical isomerism, no, not cis and trans. We are saying the name is called as syn and anti-isomerism. Now see the methods of preparation of alkynes. How to prepare the methods of preparation of alkynes. Preparation of alkynes. How to prepare the alkynes means, first one is industrial method or commercial method. Industrial method or commercial method of preparation. Large scale of acetylene can be prepared by using this method. This is first one from CaC2. CaC2 means calcium carbide. Its name is calcium carbide. So calcium carbide I am taking on hydrolysis. On hydrolysis of CaC2. Calcium carbide on hydrolysis. CaC2. Hydrolysis means add water to give CH triple bond CH plus Remaining is calcium hydroxide. Calcium hydroxide. So calcium carbide on acetylene we can get calcium hydroxide. First of all, how to prepare the calcium carbide? Generally in nature calcium is available like calcium stone, that is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate on strong heating, we know the very well known reaction, it decomposes into CaO and CO2. This calcium oxide on reduction means by the addition of carbon we can get calcium carbide CaC2 plus carbon monoxide CO. This is 3 moles. So like this we can prepare the calcium carbide. This calcium carbide further hydrolysis we can get our compound is acetylene. Second one, on hydrolysis of magnesium carbide to give what? On hydrolysis of magnesium carbide formula Mg2C3. Magnesium carbide on hydrolysis to give what? You'll see magnesium carbide I am taking same Mg2C3 on hydrolysis, add water, you can get acetylene, not acetylene. 3 carbons are there, so 3 carbons means I am writing 1, 2, 3. So we need 1 triple bond. Remaining you can write hydrogens. Its name is called as propyne. Then remaining is magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. So how many water molecules you can require, that you can balance. See, propyne can be prepared by the hydrolysis of magnesium carbide. Ethane can be produced by the hydrolysis of calcium carbide. This is the first method of preparation. Then second method of preparation for alkynes, dehydrohalogenation. See in the previous sessions what reagent we are using for the dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenating agent. Dehydrohalogenating agent is alcoholic potash, KOH. Already I told you previously, they will give this one is like this also, C2H5OH plus KOH. So whenever you are observing this reagent, you have to understand that is dehydrohalogenation. Or one more reagent will be there, that is sodamide. Sodamide formula is NaNH2. So you can use any one of these reagent, we can get acetylene. So dehydrohalogenation. So dehydrohalogenation, I am going to do the dehydrohalogenation of dehydrohalogenation. So carefully observe dehydrohalogenation. What we want to do is, I am taking here vicinal dihalides. Normal alkyl halide dehydrohalogenation to give alkene, but vicinal dihalides on dehydrohalogenation to give alkynes. See the alkene method of preparation, adi kuda extension ide. Alkyl halide on dehydrohalogenation to give alkene. Vicinal dihalides, here there is halogen, here there is halogen. Vicinal dihalides, side by side there is a halogen group. So here I am adding hydrogen, H2 I am writing, CH2Br, Vicinal dihalides I am taking, and already I told you I am giving the alcoholic AOH, or you can use the molecule is sodamide, NaNH2. So we have to remove 2 moles of dehydrohalogenation. So 2 moles of HBr we are removing, then we can get CH triple bond CH. CH triple bond CH. Another example we can see the compound they are giving like this, double bond and Br, and I am giving alcoholic KOH, alcoholic KOH. What we want to write the answer? Generally we are feeling, generally we can feel there is a 2 possibilities. If I remove the hydrogen from here and bromine from there, we can get the answer is triple bond like this. If you remove the second possibility, if you can remove from this side, then you can get like this. So that name is called as cyclohexadiene. This name is called as cyclohexadiene. Cyclohexane, and this is cyclohexadiene. See students, keep in your mind, it's very important point. Inside the ring, hexagonal ring, 6-membered carbon ring containing the multiple bonds side by side, the compound is highly unstable. This is highly unstable. The 2 double bonds are side by side. Actually, alkene or alkyne, sp carbon means 180, one angle. But see the inside the benzene ring, 2 double bonds are side by side. Why it is highly unstable means we can say that is more steric repulsions. Steric repulsion. Due to the steric repulsions, it is highly unstable, and this is stable molecule. Triple bond is correct. Alkynes and alkadienes are same formula, general formula. Alkynes and alkadienes are same molecular formula. Same molecular formula they are having. Okay. So alkadienes inside the benzene ring, side by side we are getting the here what we are doing, what reaction mechanism we are following means elimination reaction. What you are eliminating is dehydrohalogenating agent. Now for suppose if the compound I am giving like this, CH2 double bond CH Br. Do the dehydrohalogenation by using the sodiamide NaNH2 and tell me the answer. So what is the answer means dehydrohalogenation we are doing. So we can get the answer is CH triple bond CH plus HBr. So elimination one rule we are following. For addition we are following the Markovnikov rule. Elimination we are following the Sergev rule. That is looking like opposite of the Markovnikov rule. And next one is from dehalogenation. Third method of preparation is dehalogenation of tetrahaloalkanes. See the alkenes method of preparation. Dehalogenation reaction in alkene. Dehalogenation reaction you can observe. We are using the one reagent is zinc metal. Now we are going to take the tetrahaloalkanes. I am taking R, C, X, and C, X, R. I am using the zinc dust or zinc powder reducing agent and heat this one, we can get I am taking the 2 moles of zinc, dehalogenation, here 2 halogenation and here 2 halogens and 2 moles of zinc, we can remove 2 ZnX2 plus our compound is RC triple bond C R. Alkyne can be prepared. See the general example: CH3 C Cl Cl C Cl Cl CH3, and we are using zinc dust and heating in presence of small amount of alcohol also. Wherever you are using the alcohol, there is a elimination you can memorize. Small amount of alcohol, 2 moles of ZnCl2, then we can get the fine CH3 C triple bond C CH3. Sorry, butane we can get the butane. Then how to prepare the, for suppose I am giving another example, I am giving CH single bond CH, here Br, Br, Br and Br. You can try for the name for this reaction. 1, 1, 2, 2 tetra bromo ethane. Tetrabromoethane on reduction, small amount of alcohol also and heat, we can get ZnBr2, zinc bromide can be removed, then we can get CH triple bond CH, ethane. See the 3 methods of preparation I am saying. First, method number 1, commercial method or industrial method from carbides. So carbides on hydrolysis to get alkynes. Second one is dehalogenation. So dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation, we are using dehydrohalogenating agent, that is alcoholic potash and sodium amide, we can get the alkynes. Third one is tetrahaloalkanes on dehalogenation to get alkynes. And fourth method of preparation, already detailedly explained in the alkenes method of preparations law. One of the most important named reaction, that is Kolb's electrolysis. Kolb's electrolysis. Kolb's electrolysis or Kolb's reaction. So Kolb's electrolysis always we are using for the preparation of alkenes or alkynes from acids. Acids I am taking. Acid, not acid directly, acid derivatives. Or acid salts we are taking. Or we are taking acid salts. Direct acid I am not taking. I am taking the salt of that acid. We are converting into alkynes. Kolb's electrolysis or Kolb's hydrolysis we can say. Kolb's electrolysis or Kolb's hydrolysis. I am taking the acid. One general formula I am taking R CH COO K and CH COO K. Here double bond and this side R. This compound I am doing on hydrolysis. 2 moles of water we can add. On hydrolysis we can get the compound is RC triple bond C R plus 2 moles of CO2 plus 2 moles of KOH plus H2. See the mechanism for this reaction, and taking the one common example and we can write for the mechanism. CH2 COO Na and CH2 COO Na. Previously I am saying malic acid and fumaric acid like this, the sodium salt out. Then you can write 2 moles of water, you can get CH triple bond CH plus 2 moles of CO2 plus 2 moles of NaOH plus H2. See the mechanism for this reaction. If you want means you can revise the alkenes Kolb's electrolysis mechanism. First I am taking the salt. CH2 double bond CH2 COONA and COONA. Salt is break up into ions, that is 2Na plus CH2 double bond CH2 COO minus and COO minus. Electrolysis means you want to write anode and cathode reaction. Anode reaction and cathode reaction. First anode. Anions are migrate towards anode. So anions. That anion I consider which is migrates towards anode. That is this ion. Now it will be converted into remove the 2 moles of carbon dioxide. First remove the 2 electrons. If I remove the 2 electrons, it will be like this, CH2 double bond CH2 and here COO dot and COO dot plus 2 electron. See the previous mechanism, the Kolb's electrolysis of the alkenes. Then I am taking this one, CH2 double bond CH2 COO dot and COO dot. Remove 2 moles of carbon dioxide, then remaining is CH2 sorry, it's not CH2, that is CH only. CH2 means there is totally 5 bonds now. It's not CH2, that is CH only. That is CH only. Yeah. Now CH double bond CH, here dot and here also dot. The dot becomes, it can give CH triple bond CH. They will ask the question like this: on electrolysis, on Kolb's electrolysis, our required compound acetylene can be liberated at anode or cathode? Anode. So what is the cathode reaction? Cathode. Cations are migrate towards cathode. 2H plus 2 electrons gives rise H2. This is cathode reaction. So at anode acetylene will be liberated and at cathode hydrogen gas is liberated. This is the Kolb's electrolysis or Kolb's hydrolysis reaction. Next, fourth method of preparation. Sorry, it's not fifth method of preparation. Fifth method of preparation. From iodoform or from haloform. Haloform means I am taking the chloroform which is on reaction with metals. Chloroform reaction with metals. CHCl3 chloroform and reaction with the metal silver. Metallic silver it can give. Then here we need 2 moles because 2 carbons we required for the minimum 1 alkyne. 6 moles I am writing. Then 6 moles of AgCl we can remove. Then CH triple bond CH. CH triple bond CH. So chloroform on reaction with metallic silver, it can give the silver chloride and our ethyne. Other than this one, you can take iodoform also, CHI3. It's called as iodoform. Chlorine chloroform, then iodine iodoform, then it can give silver iodide, then our acetylene compound. So these are the 5 methods of preparations of alkynes, how to prepare. Now see, the most important discussion is physical and chemical properties. How we are discussing the same physical and chemical properties of alkenes, alkynes of those similar physical and chemical properties. Once you can recall the chemical properties of alkenes, that is major important discussion is addition reaction. Next one is NBS, N-bromosuccinamide, allylic substitution reaction, and third one is oxidation with strong oxidizing agents like KMnO4 and K2Cr2O7. Same as usual, we are going to discuss here the properties of alkynes. Properties, whether alkane or alkene or alkyne. So first 3 to 4 members, up to C3 or C4 carbons are gases, and up to C11 are liquids, above C11, above all are solids. Simply we can say higher alkane or alkene or alkynes are solids, very lower alkane or alkene or alkynes are gases, and in between are liquids like that. And polarity, so when compared with alkane, alkyne, all are insoluble only. Solubility we are going to discuss. Alkane, alkene and alkyne. Generally we can say all are insoluble only, but when compared with alkane somewhat polar, somewhat more reactive. When compared with alkene, alkanes are more reactive. Why? Because already I told you, percentage of S character increases, electronegativity increases. So electronegativity increases means polarity increases. Polarity increases from left to right, from alkane to alkyne. So polarity increases means solubility is somewhat better. So solubility of alkynes are sparingly soluble when compared with alkene and alkane. These are sparingly soluble. So solubility we can compare. When compared with alkane, alkenes somewhat are soluble. When compared with alkene, alkynes are somewhat soluble because of polarity. Now all organic compounds like alkane, alkene and alkyne, all these are highly soluble in organic solvents. Highly soluble in organic solvents. Next, as usual, melting and boiling points. How you are seeing the same manner we can follow the melting points and boiling points. So we will say only one simple method, that is number of carbons increases, melting points and boiling points will be increases. Number of carbons increases, melting and boiling points increases. Second one, number of branches increases, melting points and boiling points will be decreases. As usual, melting and boiling points of the alkynes will be, melting and boiling points of alkynes are higher when compared with alkane and alkene. See, if you are taking alkane, if you are comparing in between alkenes and alkynes, bond energy means bond dissociation energy. Here there is single bond, here double bond, here triple bond. So you want to break 3 bonds in the alkynes, in the alkene 2 bonds, and alkane will be 1 bond. So boiling points when comparing, alkynes are more boiling points when compared with alkene and alkane. Why? Because more number of bonds will be there, so more bond dissociation energy, more melting and boiling points. Moreover, carbon bond length you can observe. Single bond carbon bond length is large, double bond carbon bond length is somewhat small, and triple bond carbon bond length is very small. So bond length will be decreases, bond energy increases. So bond energy increases means melting and boiling points will be increases. Now acetylene having one characteristic property. Acetylene is having, it is a colorless gas, and which is having the garlic odor. which is the Garlick order. See the chemical properties. These are the physical properties. Now we are going to discuss for the chemical properties. So while I am discussing the chemical properties of alkenes, so alkenes are more reactive when compared with alkanes. Alkenes are more reactive when compared with alkanes. Now we are going to discuss the properties, chemical properties of the alkynes. Generally there will be three types. See, alkynes. As usual, how you are following the alkenes, same like we have to follow. There is two important discussions. There is no substitution here. Here only discussion about the addition and oxidation reaction. First, addition. Previously we discussed alkenes can undergo which type of addition? Electrophilic addition. Electrophilic addition reactions. With mechanism completely we are explaining in alkenes. You can compare electrophilic addition. Electrophilic addition means E plus. Electrophilic addition reactions: addition of water, addition of hydrogen halide, addition of HOCl, addition of sulfuric acid, addition of only halogens. Many type of additions we are discussing detailedly in alkanes. Now in alkynes also can undergo addition. That which type of addition means electrophilic addition reaction. Second one is oxidation. Oxidation reactions. Already we are seeing oxidation with KMnO4, K2Cr2O7. Oxidizing agents are KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, like this. Now first we are going to start with the addition reactions. Alkynes can undergo majorly for the addition reactions. Addition reactions. The addition reactions low. First we are comparing. Alkenes also can undergo addition. Alkenes also can undergo addition. Alkynes also undergo addition. This is also electrophilic addition. Electrophile will be represented E plus addition, and this is also can undergo E plus addition. Now here there is a double bond and here there is a triple bond. Now the question is, out of these two, which one is ready to donate the pi electrons? This is also having 1 sigma, 1 pi. It is having 1 sigma and 2 pi electrons. 2 pi electrons. Here 1 pi electrons, here 2 pi electrons. Generally what we are feeling, pi electrons only involved in the addition reactions. So alkenes are having 1 pi bond, but alkynes can having 2 pi bonds. Now generally what we are feeling, alkynes are ready to donate the pi electrons to others, so it can easily undergo addition reaction. Generally we are feeling like this. Alkynes easily can undergo participation of electrophilic addition reactions when compared with alkenes, but that is wrong. The correct answer is like this. Alkenes only can undergo easily for the addition when compared with alkynes. Reason is why it will be happening means, generally you can think C double bond C, here C triple bond C. Here pi electrons are loosely bonded. Pi electrons will be loosely bonded, and here pi electrons are strongly bonded. Already you know this is sp hybridization, more s character. More s character means bond length also very small. Alkynes having bond length is also very small when compared with alkenes. So bond length small means the electrons will be tightly packed. So the pi electrons which is between the two carbon atoms, here 2 pi bonds will be there. The tightly packed between the two carbons when compared with here loosely packed, so easily to remove electrons when compared with alkynes. That's why alkenes only can undergo electrophilic addition reactions very easily when compared with alkynes. Okay, these are addition reactions. First, before going to addition reaction, we will say acidic nature. Acidic nature. Acidic nature we are going to discuss. Property number 1, acidic nature. Next addition, next oxidation. Totally 3 varieties of reaction. So why the acidic nature we are not discussing in alkane and alkene means the carbon present in alkane, alkene and alkyne. So which is more electronegative? The more electronegative means the compound is more acidic. So acidic nature we are discussing means electronegativity difference is high. Electronegativity difference is high means we are not observing, see, alkenes, alkenes and alkynes. Alkene and alkynes. Alkane means, you know, carbon carbon is single bond, here double bond, here there is a triple bond, hydrogen, hydrogen. Here two hydrogens, here three hydrogens. Here also carbon hydrogen bond only, carbon hydrogen bond only, carbon hydrogen bond only. So what is meant by acidic nature? Chemical equilibrium chapter we are discussing acid, bases and salts. Acid means which give H plus ions, that is more acidic. Which give H plus ions, that is more acidic. So you have to observe, in this alkane CH bond easy to break, or here easy to break, or here easy to break. Sir, you only told that alkynes are bond is very closely packing. That bond closely packing here, not here. I want to break the bond here. I want to break the bond here. I want to break the bond here. CH bond I want to break. So how can you say the compound is more acidic? Means the chemical substance which can give H plus ions very easily, that is more acidic. Here what we are feeling is in alkane also there is CH bond, alkene also CH bond, and alkyne also CH bond. Which bond easy to break means that is depends upon the electronegativity. Electronegativity order you can see. Electronegativity order is depends upon the percentage of S character. Alkanes is sp3 hybridization, sp2 the sp hybridization. Already explained you. sp3 hybridization percentage of S character is 25. sp2 means percentage of S character is 33.33, and alkynes percentage of S character is 50. As percentage of S character increases, electronegativity increases. If the electronegativity difference between the two molecules, for carbon hydrogen bond lo electronegativity difference is increases, so easy to break the bond. So very easy to break the bond, alkynes. So now I am saying the stability order. Stability order. Alkanes are more stable than alkenes and alkynes. Here we are discussing chemical properties now. One important thing we have to discuss. So alkane, alkene and alkyne, easy, which chemical substance easily can undergo for the chemical reactions means alkynes. Why? Because that is more polar, more acidic. Electronegativity order between these two. So electronegativity order is like this. Acidic nature order. Acidic nature order is same. Alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, and this is also alkynes, alkenes and alkanes. See, while you are discussing the acidic nature, how to prove in the laboratory the compound is more acidic or not. The lower standard lo namakku or chinna experiment irukku. So what is that experiment? How to prove the chemical substance can undergo easy for the how it is acidic nature means acid acid reaction with metals to liberate hydrogen gas. This is the simple experiment we are having the lower standard. How can you prove that the compound is acidic means it can liberate the hydrogen gas with the pop sound we are saying. So any acid you are taking that is on reaction with metals to liberate hydrogen gas, then we can say that is acidic. So easy to liberate more hydrogen gas means that is more acidic. More amount of hydrogen gas will be liberated means that is more acidic. See, first I am going to write to prove the acidic nature, that is reaction with metals, that is either sodium in presence of liquid ammonia. First one is reaction with sodium, reaction with sodium in presence of liquid ammonia. Somewhere we are using this reagent. Sodium in presence of liquid ammonia, we are alkenes you can observe where we are using the sodium in presence of liquid ammonia. We are using this one for the preparation of transalkenes. Transalkenes. Cisalkenes can be prepared by the Lindlar catalyst, and transalkenes we can prepare by the sodium in presence of liquid ammonia. For example, CH triple bond CH, I am using the sodium metal. Then acidic hydrogen means carbon attached hydrogen is acidic, then we can say CH triple bond CH triple bond C and Na and liberate half mole of H2. Then again I am taking CH triple bond C Na, react with one more mole of sodium to give sodium C triple bond C Na plus half mole of H2. Plus half mole of H2. This is the reaction we are using for the preparation of. The name of this compound is sodamide, sodium alkynide. Sodium alkynide. Sodium alkynide. If the higher alkenes you are taking, higher alkynes you are taking, for example RCH triple bond CH, RCH triple bond CH, sodium in presence of liquid ammonia, you can get same, or there is no CH here, or C triple bond C Na, only one mole will be reacted. So moreover here condition is the triple bond must be in terminal position, then only it will be happening. If the triple bond in the middle of the position, R C triple bond C R, the sodium in presence of liquid ammonia means no reaction. There is no reaction. Why? Because there is no acidic hydrogen. No hydrogens are available in the triple bond, so it is not reactive. The compounds sodium in presence of liquid ammonia, so sometimes they will give like this sodamide, NaNH2 also, NaNH2, that we have to memorize, that is sodium in presence of liquid ammonia. Okay, excess, this is excess here. Sodium reacts with excess of ammonia to form sodamide, and ammonia will be excess, NH3 liquid. Sometimes they will give the reagent indirectly, that we have to identify, that is acidic nature reaction. Next, reaction with ammonical cuprous chloride. Next, reaction with second one, reaction with ammonical cuprous chloride. So meaning you can take cuprous chloride compound, then you can dissolve in ammonia. Cuprous chloride you can take compound, cuprous chloride formula is Cu2Cl2. Ammonical solution means ammonia dissolved in water, that is ammonical solution, to form ammonium hydroxide. Then you can take one alkyne, RC triple bond CH. Only acidic hydrogen will be reactive. Acidic hydrogen means, already I told you, triple bond must be in terminal position. RC triple bond CCU. What is our aim is, acidic hydrogen must be involved in the chemical reaction, plus 2 moles of ammonium chloride plus H2O. This is the red color precipitate. So red color precipitate we are observing means copper can be replaced that acidic hydrogen. Moreover, in examination they will ask whether the given reaction is redox or not. Question is acidic nature of alkynes, whether the reaction is redox or not. It is not a redox reaction. Why it is not a redox reaction means, you know how to identify whether the given chemical reaction is redox or not means, check the oxidation states on both sides of the molecules. Oxidation state will be same, we can identify. So it is not a redox reaction. And most important another chemical reaction for the acidic nature we have to identify in the alkynes, the laboratory most important reagent is reaction with the Tollens reagent. Tollens reagent. First of all, what is meant by Tollens reagent? So what is meant by Tollens reagent means, Tollens reagent we can say the complete name is ammonical silver nitrate. So ammonical silver nitrate means, previously how we were saying ammonical solution means ammonium hydroxide plus silver nitrate AgNO3. The combination of these two components we can say ammonical silver nitrate. This compound we are using in +2 organic chemistry, that is identification of carbonyl compounds. Tollens reagent test we are doing, practicals also, very important chemical reaction this is. So whenever ammonical silver nitrate on reaction with our alkyne to form one compound with white precipitate, I am taking our compound must containing acidic hydrogen. Here our aim is acidic hydrogen is very important, then ammonium hydroxide and silver nitrate AgNO3. It can give that silver will be replaced by acidic hydrogen, then we can get RC triple bond C Ag plus ammonium nitrate NH4NO3 plus H2O. And this is our white precipitate. It's a white precipitate. So if we are observing the white precipitate, what we have to say means, the reaction acidic hydrogens are replaced by metal. So this is also we can say this is also not a redox reaction. It is not a redox reaction. Simply you can observe the metal silver here +1, here also silver +1, no change in oxidation state. So chemical species there is no change in oxidation state means It is not a redox reaction. So already I told you the most important condition is must be in the terminal alkynes. Terminal alkynes. This above two tests like copper test, reaction with copper compound, reaction with silver compound, or reaction with sodium. Uh, for example, I am giving the two mixture of compounds like alkane, one alkane and one alkyne mixed I am giving in the laboratory. How to identify, how to separate, how to distinguish? Distinguish test. Distinguish test means one compound must be reactive with our reagent, second compound do not react with compound. For example, alkanes does not react with this Tollens reagent, but alkynes can be react with Tollens reagent. So in the organic chemistry laboratory we are using this one for the distinguish test. Distinguish test. And one more reagent we are going to use, that is reaction with Grignard reagent. Fourth one is acidic nature law. Fourth one is a reaction with Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent already we are seeing, that's RMGX. RMGX can be formed. First, how to prepare the RMGX means from alkyl halides. Alkyl halide I am taking. Alkyl halide reaction with magnesium. Reaction with magnesium in presence of dry ether. In presence of dry ether, you can get Grignard reagent. Grignard reagent. So previously already we are seeing how to prepare this one and mechanism. Alkyl halide I am taking RX, reaction with magnesium in presence of dry ether. We can get RMGX or MGX. That is Grignard reagent general formula. Already I told you in the previous sessions, RMGX one more name is also called as organometallic compounds. Organometallic compounds. So acetylene on reaction with organometallic compounds. Acetylene I am taking, for example, CH, triple bond CH plus RMGX. Previously how you are breaking the bond here, magnesium metal plus and this is minus. Here acidic hydrogen will be removed, H plus and this is minus. Now plus can take the minus, you can get RX plus remaining is CH, triple bond C, MGX. This type of compounds can be formed. For example, you can see CH, triple bond CH, reaction with CH3 MgBr, methyl magnesium bromide, to form methane plus CH, triple bond C, MgBr. For suppose there is a doubt, already I told you it must be terminal. It must be terminal. CH3 C triple bond CH. Like this I am taking compound. I am adding methyl magnesium bromide. Methyl magnesium bromide. Doubt. Sir, you are giving one hydrogen to CH3. I am going to give the hydrogen from here. Then it can form the methane like this. Methane like this. But there is a doubt. Sir, here also there is hydrogen. Or suppose it can give the to this one means. See, the bond breaking where it is easy. Here bond breaking is easy, or here CH bond breaking easy. This is only possible. That only we are discussing. Acidic nature, acidic hydrogens only involved in the chemical reaction. Then remaining is CH3, C triple bond C, MgBr. See, the acidic hydrogens, the hydrogens which are involved, it must be terminal hydrogens. That we can say the acidic hydrogen. And another one, reaction with reaction with ammonical iodine. Ammonical iodine. Ammonical iodine. So ammonical means normally I am saying ammonical solution, ammonium hydroxide reaction with iodine. So take acetylene CH triple bond CH reaction with ammonical iodine NH4OH plus I2. So we can get the substituted compound iodine C triple bond C iodine plus ammonium iodide NH4I plus H2. We can get like this. See, the acidic nature we are proving with the different chemical reactions. First one is reaction with metals, sodium in terms of liquid ammonia. Second one reaction with ammonical cuprous chloride. Third one ammonical silver nitrate. Fourth one ammonical Grignard reagent, and last one is ammonical iodine. So all the chemical reactions we have to tell about wherever the acidic hydrogen will be there, that acidic hydrogen only involved in the chemical reaction, then it can form the corresponding salts. So these reactions indicates the presence of hydrogens acidic in nature. This is the one chemical property we finished. As early as possible we will finish the second addition, most important discussion, addition reactions and oxidation reactions, acidic and oxidation reactions, that we will discuss in the next class.